When it comes to growing hops, what hops are the ones that not are just popular, but which ones seem to do well in this type of environment in Hollister? Because, I mean, we have a lot of overhead right now because of the fires and things of that nature, but probably, I mean, maybe without the forecast and overhead, you're probably looking at 80, maybe 85 degrees typically. What's the environment like, and what hops have really shined through when it came to producing?
Cascade is one of the most prolific and easy to grow varieties. Out of all the varieties we planted, they've been the most prolific in the first year, but even in the second, and now they're in their third year, they're the biggest, most robust hops, and they just hard to do anything wrong with those hops. They just really grow well. In addition, we've been really successful with the Nugget.
Nugget. I think I've only heard of that one time. So
yep, the Nuggets are doing quite well, and then also the Chinook,
which is
really popular. And then after that, we've added to the hops in the yard, and so we planted Cluster this year, and the Cluster are doing amazing, kind of right in line. And they're an interesting hop because they're not only they've been grown in California a long time, but they're a really old hop. They've been around, one of the oldest varieties in the U.S. from what we understand. But then also Cashmere, as you see sitting on the table here, which is a really popular variety.
Yes, good nose on that one.
Comet, also really got great nose on it, great aroma to it. And then Columbus and Crystal are the last two varieties that make up our yard.
And now, do they all give a different scent to them when you peel them open, like I did, and the yellow almost looks like pollen, but a more oily type aspect? Are you getting different scents with those, and that's how brewers are coming to you and looking, saying, "Hey, I'm looking to do like an IPA or a stout or a lager," which again, people are bringing lagers back. Like, is that how you're looking at it when you produce these hops of different varieties, and that's what the smells are coming from?
Brewers that come out have an idea of what they want.
Okay.
They generally know, like, I need this type of a hop, and I'm looking for, this profile, alphas, and then the florals that come with it. But what's really fun is when a brewer comes out, we're able to go into the yard and pick a little bit of everything. So the actual hops that are here, and we bring them back and we put them in some bowls, and then they have a chance to where they can steep them and get the aromas as they come off. They get a chance to break them open and get the actual kind of that hit right away when you smell it. Nice. And then they can also kind of sip on the water, the steeping, to get some of the bitters out of it. And so it gives them a chance to actually kind of taste the hops before they decide what they want to put in their beers. So sometimes the brewers come down and say, "Oh, this is what I want." We check it out, and they're like, "Yep, that's exactly what I want." Other times, as they go through that process, they're like, "Well, I think I actually want a mix of these three or these four." And so they take home something that they got to look at it before they selected it, experience it, and then take it back with them for that specific brew that they're going to make. And wet hops is where we've really been focused over the last couple of years. Just like these fresh hops that are picked, the wet hops only come off at this time of year because they're fresh. They're the fresh hops that we pick, and then they take them back and use them in the brewing process within 24 hours. And so that's also something that's a bit unique that we can do here is within 24 hours, those hops that came off the vine can be in your tank for your brew, which really gives it an impactful essence to it.
Now, are these considered dried hops? Because when they say dry hop and wet hop, like, is this dry? And do you dry them yourselves? I saw it looked like a drying bed out there in the front. So what's that process, and how long is it? Like just a 12-hour dry, 10-hour dry? How many hours are you doing it?
Yesterday, we picked these hops fresh off the vines.
Nice.
And so they were fresh as of yesterday afternoon. Those fresh hops can go, like I was mentioning, they go to brewers and they can make beer right away with those hops as part of their process. Anything that doesn't go that isn't fresh hop, then we take to the dryer, and it's about a 12 to 24-hour process to dry them down to 10%. That's the ideal percentage, is to get them to 10%. And then they can be packaged. And so these are ready to go into a vacuum sealed package.
Yes, which we have some of those. We'll show If you're talking now community on YouTube, you'll see these.
So
These
we've
are
got
nice.
12-ounce package of
Thank you.
cashmere hops there, and now we can put those in a cooler and keep them temperature low and dark, and so they'll now be ready for additional brewing throughout the year, and so they'll preserve that way.